We pick up on yesterday's reflection with where we started off saying, by the power of the Holy Spirit, he, which is Jesus Christ, that's the he we're talking about here, became incarnate from the Virgin Mary and was made man. I focus on this last part of that sentence, and was made man, again to just emphasize what I was noting yesterday, is that he didn't appear fully formed. He didn't appear, all of a sudden, one moment he's here, the next minute he's not here, the next minute he's here. He was made into one of us. He became one of us. And that allows for that intimate connection with God. We often say, we do not serve a God that is distant and who cannot understand us or associate with us. One of the earlier reflections I talked about, we don't have to spend a lot of time explaining to God, I'm really going through, the death of a dearly beloved member of my family or a dearly beloved friend. When we all encounter those moments, and we don't have to go and talk to God and say, okay, let me explain what's going on, because when we begin to open up that grief using that example, it's like, hey, God, I lost a dear friend of mine died, and Jesus, as part of the Trinity, Jesus as God, can go, yeah, I know you don't have to tell me, you don't have to explain it to me, because I wept at the tomb of Lazarus, my dear friend, as well. And there's, that's why he was made one of us. He was made one of us, so he could understand, what we humans go through, what we people go through, from the joys to the challenges, from life to death. That's why that significant statement of, and he was made one of us. He was made man. He was made a human. Allows us, it's a reminder of that constant, of the radical notion, God becoming part of God's creation. Ooh, that doesn't make sense, does it? The people at this time of the time of Christ, when this is happening, would be saying, this doesn't make sense. But yet it is such a comfort, because there is no other way we could connect so intimately with God. But we can through Christ, because he has been so intimately connected with us and is so intimately connected with us. By the power of the Holy Spirit, he became incarnate from the Virgin Mary and was made like you and me. But when the fullness of time had come, God sent his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, in order to redeem those who were under the law, so that we might receive adoption as children. Paul's letter to the Galatians, chapter 4, verses 4 and 5.